Hi friends, in today's video we are going to learn about income tax. Firstly, we need to know some basic concepts of tax. Now what do we mean by tax? A tax is a financial charge or levy imposed on a person by the government to fund various public expenditures. Now why do we need tax? The primary aim to charge tax is to raise revenue for government so that it can meet various public expenditures like construction of roads, public transportation, sanitation, healthcare services, military, defense, public safety, etc. There are two types of taxes. One is direct tax and another indirect tax. Direct tax is levied on the incomes or profits of a person rather than on goods and services. The basic character of direct tax is that the taxable person and the person paying tax are the same. For example, income tax. It means direct tax cannot be transferred or shifted to another person. The nature of direct tax is progressive. It means these taxes are linked to the paying capacity. Rich person is taxed more compared to the poor person. On the other hand, indirect taxes are levied on goods and services rather than on incomes or profits. The basic character of indirect tax is that the taxable person and the person paying tax are different. For example, GST. It means indirect taxes are supposed to be shifted from one person to another. The nature of indirect tax is regressive. These taxes are not linked to the paying capacity. Since the indirect tax is uniform, the tax payable on goods or services is the same whether it is purchased by a poor man or a rich person. So, the poor or rich are equally impacted by this and hence indirect tax is considered as regressive. The next concept is the definition of person. As per section 231 of Income Tax Act 1961, person includes individual, which consists of natural persons, minor, person of unsound mind, HUF, that is Hindu undivided family, partnership firm including LLP, company, association of persons or body of individuals, local authority, and every artificial juridical person which is not considered in above categories. As per section 27 of Income Tax Act, assessee means any person by whom any tax or any other sum of money is payable under the Act. As per section 29 of Income Tax Act, assessment year is a period of 12 months beginning with 1st day of April and ending on 31st March of the next year. Income that is earned in the previous year is taxed in assessment year. For example, the assessment year 2021 to 22 is a period of 12 months starting from 1st April 2021 and ending on 31st March 2022. As per section 3 of Income Tax Act, previous year is a financial year immediately preceding the assessment year. For example, for assessment year 21-22, the previous year shall be from 1st April 20 to 31st March 21 and the income earned in previous year 2021 is assessed in assessment year 21-22. Now, we shall know about the heads of income. As per section 14 of Income Tax Act, all the incomes are categorized into 5 heads. Income from salaries, income from house property, profits and gains from business and profession, capital gains, and income from other sources. Now here's a table that gives us an idea about the mode of computation of total income of an individual and tax liability. Firstly, we need to consider all the incomes from various sources of an individual like salary, house property, business and profession, capital gains and other sources. After calculating the gross total income, we need to reduce that total income with the deductions under section 80. Now deduction means amounts that are permitted by Income Tax Act to be reduced from the total income. After deducting the deductions, we get the total income on which we need to compute the tax liability. The tax liability has to be computed as per the slab rates given by the Finance Act. After calculating the tax, we need to reduce it by the tax rebate under section 87A. Then we have to add health and education cess at the rate of 4% and finally we get the tax liability. Here are the slab rates of income tax of individual for AY 21-22. For resident individuals and HUF below 60 years of age and NRIs, the basic exemption limit, that is The limit up to which no tax is payable is 2,50,000. From 2,50,000 to 5 lakh, the rate of tax is 5%. From 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, the rate is 20%, and above 10 lakhs, the rate is 30%. For resident individuals and HUF between 60 years to 80 years of age, the basic exemption limit is 3 lakhs. From 3 lakhs to 5 lakhs, the rate is 5%. From 5 to 10 lakhs, the rate is 20%, and above 10 lakhs, the rate is 30%. For resident individuals and HUF above 80 years of age, the basic exemption limit is 5 lakhs. From 5 to 10 lakhs, the rate is 20%, and above 10 lakhs, the rate is 30%. Now we shall go through one simple example to understand the computation of total income and tax liability of a resident individual. For example, income from salary is 5 lakh, income from house property 2 lakh, income from other sources 1 lakh. The deductions under section 80 are Mediclaim 20,000, deposit in PPF 30,000 and LIC premium 50,000. Now here's the computation. We shall firstly consider all the income, that is income from salary, house property and other sources. The gross total income shall be 8 lakh. From this gross total income, we have to reduce deductions under section 80. The total of all the deductions is 1 lakh. And after reducing the deductions, we get final taxable total income, that is 7 lakh. And here's the computation of tax liability. Mr. X is a resident individual below 60 years of age. Hence, his basic exemption limit is 2,50,000. That is, he is not required to pay tax up to rupees 2,50,000. So, the tax up to 2,50,000 is nil. From 2,50,000 to 5 lakh, that is on the difference of 2,50,000, he has to pay tax at the rate of 5%. That comes up to 12,500. From 5 lakh to 7 lakh, that is on the difference of 2 lakh, he is required to pay tax at the rate of 20%. That comes up to 40,000. So the total tax is 52,500, in which we have to add health and education cess at the rate of 4%. So the final tax payable will be 54,600.